Hey, I'm Kristen from Growing Global Citizens, inviting you to travel with me to the island nation of Malta. There is only one international airport in Malta, and it's in the European Union, so getting here is easy. But first, you're probably wondering, where exactly is Malta? Malta is a small island in the Mediterranean between Italy, Libya, and Tunisia. Malta is made up of 3 inhabited islands. The main island is Malta. Just northwest of Malta is Gozo, which is more rural, and in between Malta and Gozo is the small island of Comino, which boasts the famous Blue Lagoon. This video will focus on the island of Malta, but I'll do another one about my day trip to Gozo. Made it to Malta, and my hotel doesn't have a hotel shuttle, so I'm going to be taking the public bus from the airport, which is definitely the cheapest option. Malta has a population of just over 500,000 people. It's the 10th smallest country by area in the world. If you spend a week in Malta, you can leave feeling like you've really seen the whole country. And nothing is too far from anything else. Unfortunately, the traffic is quite bad in Malta, so even though the distances are short, they'll often take longer than you would expect. It rarely rains in Malta, except of course the minute that I step off the bus and arrive. But that's okay, because look at how cute it looks! I stayed on the coast between St. Julian's and Sliema. This is the most popular area for restaurants and nightlife, and it's growing rapidly. The best beaches are further up the coast, but if you come here in the winter like me, you won't be swimming anyway, so I would recommend staying in one of those 2 cities. This is really not the scene that I expected to see when I came to Malta. It was sunny about an hour ago. It just started raining as soon as I got off the bus. I made it to my hotel room, and then it started to hail. Fortunately, the weather was much better the next day, and I headed to Valletta to check out the capital city. I need some breakfast, and I'm in luck because there are a number of pasticerias. Okay, first pastizia in Malta. Ooh, it is gooey and flaky and greasy. This one has peas. It kind of reminds me of a samosa. Quick history lesson. As a small, strategically located island in the Mediterranean, Malta has been ruled by just about everyone. It was under Arab rule in the Middle Ages, then taken by the Normans in 1091. It was famously the home to the Knights of St. John, who managed to hold onto the island during the Great Siege of Malta by the Ottomans in 1565. In 1913, Malta became a British colony and then gained its independence in 1964. My favorite way to start exploring a new place is with a food tour. Let's go see what's good in Malta. After first stopping for pastizi, we went for coffee. Maltese coffee is made with chicory, so it's different than what you might be used to. Our guide topped it off with sambuca, an anise-flavored liqueur. And you can't have coffee without biscuits, so we tried koresamal, a traditional sweet during Lent. I recommend you also get a honey ring to go. We also tried tuna fatira sandwiches and drank kini, the bitter orange soda loved by the Maltese. Let's just say it's an acquired taste. We finished our tour with some perfectly cooked ravioli and horse meat. Yeah, that's a thing in Europe. The date roll was the perfect finish, and overall this food tour was amazing. Such great value for only €45. The official languages here are English and Maltese. Maltese is in the same language family as Arabic, but heavily influenced by Italian and English. With the growth of the tourism sector and more foreign workers, English is more common to see than Maltese. One thing you'll see all over Malta are these enclosed balconies. Here they're blue, but I've seen them in just about every color. They're a great way to give a little bit of extra light to the room, and they look beautiful. A must-see in Valletta is St. John's Cathedral. Expect to wait to get in and to pay a hefty entrance fee of €15. Most of Malta's tourist sites and museums have high entrance fees. Malta is one of the most Catholic countries in the world. Abortion is illegal, but surprisingly, Malta is one of the most LGBTQ-friendly destinations in the world too, with prohibition of discrimination enshrined in the Constitution. Despite its small size, Malta has over 350 cathedrals, enough that you could visit a different one practically every day. Don't miss the large Caravaggio painting, The Beheading of St. John the Baptist. It's a masterpiece of light and shadows, even if you're not into art. One symbol that you're going to see a lot of in Malta is the Maltese cross. It's the cross of the Knights of St. John, and it looks like this. This is actually on the €2 coin. But it's a very important symbol, and it's one that you can even see on the St. John's ambulances that are around today. Before you leave Valletta, make sure to visit the Upper Barrakka Gardens. It's a nice spot to rest in the shade and has some of the best views in Malta. If you need to avoid stairs, there's an interesting lift that is free to go down to the harbor and only €1 to go up. From the gardens, you can view a daily cannon firing at noon and 4 p.m. Good morning from Malta! This is the beautiful view from my hotel at the Marriott. I've got the cathedral in the background, I've got the water. The plan is to head to the silent city of Mdina, and it's very, very small. It's actually right next to another city called Rabat. So I'm gonna take the bus and head there. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to get there. And it looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day, so let's go explore. Mdina is a fortified city with tall ramparts. Its location at the center of the island at a higher altitude meant it was well protected, but certainly not immune to enemy attacks. Mdina is known as the Silent City, and it's quite quiet here. Visitors can view one of two films about Mdina's history and knights. The Mdina Experience film that I saw was a bit cheesy and outdated, but it provided a good overview of Maltese history, and the audio was available in many languages. Because of its well-preserved old town, Mdina has been the star of many films. At the Visitors Center, you can watch clips of all the movies and shows that have been filmed here. Recognize this from Game of Thrones? Plan to spend at least a half day in Mdina. Another place that deserves at least a half day is the Three Cities. The three cities are three peninsulas next to each other, like prongs of a fork. They're perpendicular to Valletta and right across the harbor from the capital. Most of the sites are in Burgu, otherwise known as Vittoriosa. I'm waiting to take one of these traditional Daisa boats. They look a little bit shaky. We'll see. They're only for about 6 people. If you want to take one from Valletta over to the 3 cities, it only costs you €2. This is included in the tour that I'm doing, but I think that would be a great option. They say it's quicker than actually taking the public bus. It's about as stable as a canoe. Vittoriosa is the perfect place to get lost in the streets and admire the beautiful Maltese doors. A statue in front of the St. Lawrence Church marks the day Malta was granted independence from Great Britain. Of course, with the Italian influence, you can expect some good gelato here in Malta. And this is supposedly the best place, if you believe the reviews. Sotto Zero, it's called. I got some banana toffee, and amaretto. So we'll see if the reviews are to be believed. I hope this video helps you plan your trip to Malta. Check out the places I visited in the description and hit subscribe for more travel and culture videos.